Some Grow a Garden news has just came out that is for the brand new update that is coming out this weekend. Although on the game page it still says next week's updates and pre-sign up, meaning they haven't inputted anything onto here, they have leaked a lot already. This actually comes with a major announcement from Jandel himself, and the things that he has said is honestly insane, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see. But before we get into that announcement, I'm going to show you guys the first huge leak. Jandel posted this TikTok on his TikTok, and the TikTok literally just goes over the admin abuse on the weekends that happened right before the update. The most recent update's admin abuse was honestly pretty bad. If you were here, you only noticed that we just basically got replays of the old ones, such as, you know, the black hole and stuff like that, but there was nothing major going on that we have gotten new of. And this left a lot of the community disappointed. Most people were like, L events. The Discord server was basically getting spammed asking for a lot of new stuff, but, well, that never happened. Jandel noticed this, such as this ... person who says, "Is that my glorious, elegant, intelligent, blah, 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 kind, thoughtful, strong, courageous, creative, brilliant?" Yeah, you get the point. I think he's really glazing Jandel here. But he understood the agenda, and in this week's update, we're going to be seeing a lot of brand new events, and he quite literally said that he wants to see y'all complaining about the events this weekend. So I'm really hoping they're really good, because the update was pretty good. However, a lot of people were still disappointed. One very major reason was because of something that happened before the update, with duping and exploiting going on. People were able to dupe a lot of the raccoons and some of the best pets in the game, such as the dragonfly as well as the disco bees. Now, this led to pet gifting being disabled so that, you know, it could not be contagious anymore and spread to like normal players other than exploiters. But luckily today it has returned, and now you can give pets again. So if I want to gift this person a wasp, or actually I'm gonna give you a deer because I don't think I'm gonna need that, I can do it. I just sent him a gift request, and it does say that there's like a trade processing thing going on. This was something that they mentioned because of the changes, and they had to implement this, which makes it take longer to gift stuff. He said, "Thank you so much. You're welcome." You know what, bro? I have a lot of these stegosauruses. You might as well have one of these too. There you go. As you can see, your trade is processing, and if I click accept on this, yeah, it takes a few more seconds, but I mean, it's perfectly fine. Yo, bro, take back your thing. I don't want your raptor. No. Oh, yay. Bro, I thought this little, what's his name, Kool-Aid man was not gonna take it. You don't want it? No, thank you. Mwah. But Jandel had a lot to say about this, because this has led the game to kind of its downfall, you could say. Looking at the game stats, as you can see, it hit its peak players on June 21st, and this was when it got 21 million players. However, unfortunately, ever since then, it has gone down. Right here, last weekend when we had an update, the game got to, I mean, I can't even like get to the pinpoint of this, but I think it was around like 18 million on that update. And then with the most recent update, we got to 18.7 million again. So this has led a lot of people to say Grow a Garden is dying, and although I could possibly say it's dying, I just necessarily don't think so. The game is far from dead, that's for sure. It's probably never going to die, to be honest, for the next few years all across Roblox, because in the end, this is a very, very popular game. It beat the world record for players. No game in the world has gotten as many players as Grow a Garden ever has, and that's just crazy to think about. But Jandel also took this into consideration, and that is why we have this message. Jandel posted on the Discord server saying, "Hello, Grow a Garden community. I want to start this message off by saying we have bought back pet gifting," which, like I said, and he did say that people were using an exploit to do pets, and we believe that we have fixed that now. The good news is that the work that was required to allow for trading, so trading should be ready to go soon, perhaps next week or the week after. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we can finally see trading getting introduced into the game. Mr. Lemon, thank you for liking by far. What are you doing, sir? Oh god, I probably should not be in a public server with my fireworks. Those are limited. But next up, he mentions the quality of the updates. The next part of this message is a note to the community. A lot of people have been critical of the last few updates we have produced, saying they felt lower quality, rushed, and not very inspired. We always welcome criticism on our updates, and we feel like we do a good job of making changes for the community. A lot of people keep asking for the same events, like Easter, an hourly shop, the bee event, or the hungry plant. These were all great events that people loved, and we will definitely bring back that style of event soon, but we are always trying to bring something fresh to the game. So basically, he promises that they're gonna constantly try to bring fresh stuff into the game while still giving that good vibe that you have with their basic updates, where like you just have an event shop in the middle, or something like the Moonlit and Bloodlit event, because apparently people love those. Then he later goes on, one idea that he had is introducing a community voting feature where the community votes on the next update. Maybe this is crazy. I think this would be a really cool idea in the game. Like, imagine having a billboard somewhere, like even very far into the corners of the game. Like, you could place it all the way in the back of this garden right over here. And well, actually, maybe not on this side, because let's just say we have pet mutations coming into the game, which I'm gonna talk about in a second. But you could place it somewhere like right here, and it would have like 3 options on update content ideas that they should add into the game. And people could vote or choose which one they want, and whatever gets the most votes becomes the next update. That would essentially be an idea that would make us, the developers, at that point, because we are getting to choose what we want in the game. Ain't that right, Mr. Yankee? I'm sure you agree with me, sir. Come here. You stop running. But later on, he does go on ahead and says, we aren't looking for sympathy. We think we have dropped the ball on the last few updates. So they do agree themselves. And since Grow Garden has grown so fast, we have had to expand our team size. We recently created a new team to create events so that we have more than 1 week to create an event. We hope that having 2 teams working on different events gives us more time to polish and create things that are more unique, and more time to work on new cool features. And obviously, he does say this part, I think our admin abuse last week sucks, so I will try to make that up to everyone as well. I don't like the part that he says he's gonna try to make that up to everyone, but he did say that it's gonna be exponentially better. So if I were to recommend anything to you guys, I highly recommend being in the game right before the update drops, because this could be a really good one. And you could probably get some mutations on stuff in your garden that, well, you may have never had before. But basically, having 2 teams work on the updates allow them to do 2 different kinds of updates at the same time, meaning now they are able to do bi-weekly updates per team, meaning one team does the first week, the second team does the second week, and that would give them both 2 weeks to do it. So we could see more content per update, meaning stuff is more packed and longer lasting than what we've currently been getting. And also, I do have these dino eggs, and let me just go ahead and open them. Oh, yo, we got, what the heck? How do I have both of these pets equipped? This looks so cursed, bro, but there we go. Oh my god, that's a big stegosaurus. I got 3 more of these eggs. Come on. Oh, I've reached my limit. Great. Something that I suggest is for them to add some sort of bank here, bro. Like, let me at least put my stuff inside of a storage thing. But enough with my ideas. Here's what's coming into the brand new update. That brings me to my last point. This weekend, we are going to introduce a new feature called PET Mutations. This is a machine you can put your level 100 pet into and get unique mutations with passives, buffs, and cosmetics. And don't worry, before you ask, we are adding craftable and buyable gear shop. So like the buyable stuff is going to be in the gear shop. XP boost so that you can get your pet to level 100. Yeah, you know all those admin stuff that I've had in the game where it's age 100? Well, don't worry about it no longer, because now it's going to be a possibility for everything across the game and for everyone. Getting to age 100 on your pets is quite difficult, I would say, especially if you're a new player, because you probably don't have anything to help it age faster. But inside the gear shop within the next update, we're going to see a lot of brand new potions, and that's going to be a first of its thing that we're going to see. So, you know, we're going to have XP potions of different varieties that you can buy and apply to all your pets. Now, we could see even more potions being added in the future, because potions are a pretty cool thing. When they added the first ever mutation spray, we never knew that it would become a crafting thing in almost every single update. So it's definitely something I would be very excited about. The main thing is, though, they did say it will have passives, buffs, and cosmetics. Bro, this dude is chasing me. Leave me alone. Oh my god, there's a tornado going on. Okay, that is pretty cool. But cosmetics are probably gonna be something that is automatically applied to the pet when it is mutated. That, without a doubt, is probably how it's gonna go. Now, for buffs and passives, that's gonna be very unique. I think passives are going to be something of complete new things. So, for example, if you have a pet such as the dragonfly, where at age 100 you can mutate it, it currently says every 4 minutes it turns one random fruit to gold. A buff for it could be every 2 minutes it turns one random fruit to a gold, while a passive is like it has a 25% chance to also turn it into a disco. That point, honestly, it could literally mean anything, but it just means that the pet is honestly going to be better. And if I'm assuming they're going to require you to get to age 100, yeah, it better be a lot better. I actually went ahead and made a concept of this pet mutation machine right here. As you can see, this is very similar to the one in Pet Sim 99, because I mean, it quite literally is that one. Yeah, I was a Pet Sim 99 YouTuber, okay? But yeah, that is a machine idea I had, and I would honestly expect to see it right next to the pet eggs over here. I'm interested. Oh my god, Kool-Aid man, get out of here, bro. Yes, bro, keep walling backwards. Keep going backwards. Come on, go a little bit more. Come on, off the edge, buddy. Hey! But it's likely we'll see it right here, and you will be able to put your stuff in order to mutate them. And that was a little concept I made myself, so let me know what you think of it, if you think it looks good. Shout out to PetSim99 for their assets, I guess. Bro, this guy is trying to shoot me with his mutations, bro. I cannot get mutated, bro. And at the end of his message, Jandel does say, thanks again, keep being vocal, hold us accountable. If you don't like something, say it. We want to create the best game possible for the community, and part of that means we take accountable and make changes when our community tells us something. And also, he does say, side note here, gifting will be slower now because the fix meant we had to check on some stuff before giving the pet. Sorry about that. So I'm glad they put in a lot of time in order to try and fix this bug. Hopefully it never happens again with the exploits. But it's very nice that Jandel is willing to take accountability for the updates, because if I'm gonna be honest, bro, the last few updates we've been getting, they're not great. Like, I mean, they're pretty good, but they're not great. And if I were to guess, bro, they would only work on these updates for a few hours a day at the very most. From someone who has created games in the past and seen developers make updates like these, I remember us being able to make way bigger updates than what Grow a Garden has been giving us within the week. And I feel like Grow a Garden could definitely do a better job, but who knows? I mean, they're definitely going to be trying to go ahead and do so. I mean, bro, when you have millions of players playing every single moment of the day, yeah, they can probably do better. But this Dino Quest feature was pretty cool. I do hope they keep this into the game permanently, because this added quests into the game that are actually worth doing, because you get the Bone Blossom, something that is the best fruit inside the entire game. Or, well, the best plant, technically. And I do actually have one of these. I've just yet to go ahead and plant them. I don't know what to do with it. Do I plant it or what? But it doesn't even have to be the best seed, bro. As long as they're implementing something into there that is very good and gives you a reason to do the quest. Because we do already have quests in the game, but most people, first of all, don't even know about it. And it's found in the gear shop, where you can click show me daily quests. But look at this, bro. You get 3 seed packs by harvesting 100 blueberries, planting 5 watermelons, and harvesting 25 apples. Like, bro, that's pretty mid. One of my favorite things, though, this update is gonna be the pet mutations that they're adding, because I think it's just such a cool idea. I very much enjoy when they, like, add stuff to stuff that they already have in the game instead of something completely new. So, like, pets obviously get pet mutations. And then, who knows, maybe plants can get plant mutations to the seeds itself. That would be really cool. I think it's very nice when they do that instead of adding some random feature that no one really ends up liking. We are also going to be able to, like, you know, craft the potions that they're going to add in order to age up our pets. So that's going to be really nice to see. If I were to guess, you definitely want to go ahead, start getting the resources for it, and I will let y'all know as soon as possible on what those resources are. But if I were to throw a wild guess, come on, I mean, you're definitely going to need, like, shekels and probably a bunch of these eggs over here in order to craft some of this stuff, because in case you don't know, you do kind of need it for this update. In order to craft an ancient sea pack, you literally need a dinosaur egg, which that doesn't make sense, but sure. But let me know if you guys are excited for this update that's coming out. I surely am, and I'll definitely have more videos posted on it as soon as possible, and I'll let y'all know. But join my Discord server, because we're doing a ton of giveaways in there for shekels, pets, and all kinds of stuff now. Since pet gifting is back, we are able to do that, but hurry up, join in there. You definitely don't want to miss it. Oh, also over here, they did ask, should massive pets be referred to as giant or mega? And most people voted mega, so I have a feeling this has to do with the pet mutations that they're adding. I don't know how they're going to implement it into that system, but I promise you, if they're asking that as developers, they definitely have something to do with those words. But until then, watch this video on the screen right here, because this video is about to end. Hurry up, click it fast, because it's a way better video. I promise you're going to enjoy it. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys so much. Bye.